My name is Katie, and this is the story of how my mum ruined my health. My mum was always obsessed with diets and a healthy lifestyle. Losing weight was her hobby, even though she had always been skinny and pretty. And I was always a big girl. My mum hated this. She scolded me if I asked for seconds, or if I put what she thought was too much food on my plate. She said I needed to lose weight, or people would mock and bully me for my size. Any time I tried to wear bright colours or open dresses, she would criticise and berate me. Then I started to wear baggy clothes, but she hated that too. I got so tired of her constant nagging that I finally agreed to diet with her. It wasn't very complicated. Just eat less and lose weight. So after dieting for several months, I lost 20 pounds. People started to notice me and compliment me on my looks, especially other adults. Even my mum, who'd never said a nice word about my body, said I looked better. I started to believe that the skinnier I was, the better people would treat me. So I tried to lose even more weight. But then I gained some weight again, and my mum would comment on how I slacked off. I tried again and again and again, and every time my mum would find something to criticise, even though she didn't need to. I was managing it on my own just fine. When I looked at myself in the mirror, I would always find flaws and imperfections. My hands were flabby, I had belly fat, I didn't have a thigh gap, and I needed one. Eventually, all of this led to anorexia. The way I found out about it was ironic. One day my mum told me that I was so thin everyone could see my ribs. At first, I even thought it was a compliment. That shows you how naive I was. She took me to the doctor, and after running some tests, they confirmed that I had anorexia. She started dragging me from one doctor to another, from prescribed medication to natural remedies that some yoga guru recommended to her. But despite her best efforts, I wasn't gaining much weight or eating more. Little did she know, I was doing it on purpose. The main reason for this was that I still felt fat and ugly. I knew I had health problems, but I wanted to be skinny, and that was more important to me. Who cares about health when you look good? Am I right? At least, that's what I thought. Another reason was I wanted to get revenge on my mum. I was justifiably angry. It felt like just yesterday that she told me I was too fat to even wear a crop top. And now she says I'm too skinny. She was blaming me for ruining my health, when it was her who made me starve myself. I decided that it was her turn to worry, so I kept on not eating and sometimes skipping my medication. When she noticed I wasn't getting any better on my own, she found a rehabilitation centre for women and girls with eating disorders. There I got healthier and I was gaining weight, but when I returned home, I stopped eating again. During my second visit to the rehab centre, I met Cassie. She was a year older and everything that I wanted to be. Beautiful, smart, funny, and skinny too. We connected so easily. It was like finding a soulmate. I shared everything with her, and she's always supported me. I hated the moment we had to go our separate ways, but we kept in touch. And the next time I went to the rehab centre, I knew she would be there too. I spent the next couple of years going in and out of rehab, but the last time I went there, she wasn't there. She was also ignoring my calls, and I was worried that I did or said something wrong. One day I spotted her at the centre. Of course I was happy to see her, but still demanded to know why she had disappeared. She looked kind of sheepish and uncomfortable. She said that she was just there to pick up some test results, that she was trying to get better for real now, and that she didn't want to have a relapse of her disorder. She wanted to be healthy. She had found a good therapist, and that had helped her a lot. Finally, she said if I wanted to stay friends with her, I had to stop starving myself just to piss off my mum. She wanted me to start caring about myself. She said that our past behaviour was self-destructive, and it wasn't a life, just a constant struggle to get thinner. After she left, I was sure of what I was going to do next. I decided to get better, no matter what. I wasn't going to lose a friend because of my disorder. The first thing I planned to do after getting home was to talk to my mum. I wanted her to admit that my disorder was her fault. So I told her about me not eating on purpose, about her ruining my self-esteem, about everything. Somehow it escalated into a shouting match, and I finally figured out that I wasn't going to get an apology out of her. I got tired of it and told her that either both she and I would go to therapy together, or I would continue to starve myself. Surprisingly, it worked. We've been going to therapy now for several months. My relationship with my mum is still a bumpy road, but she and I are working on it together. I haven't had any relapses for a long time now, but sometimes I still feel guilty about eating too much or not being skinny enough. I fight these feelings every time. My whole life is ahead of me, and I won't let anyone tell me what I am and how I should feel. My friends and family need me to be healthy and happy, and I'm going to be exactly that. Did your parents somehow ruin your self-esteem too, or maybe your health? Share what you think about it all in the comments and subscribe to the channel.